evening, everyone, and welcome to Feinstein's 54 Below. At this time, we'd like to remind you to please silence your cell phones and that the taking of flash photographs is strictly prohibited. Thank you. Now, please welcome to the stage, David Sabella.
Clouds, take me to the world, out where I can push through crowds. Take me to the world, a world that smiles, with streets instead of aisles, where I can walk for miles with you. Take me to the world that's real, show me how it's done. Teach me how to laugh, to feel, move me to the sun. Just hold my hand whenever we arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. More than the greatest love the world has known. This is the love I give to you alone. More than the simple words I try to say. I only live to love you more each day. More than you'll ever know. My arms long to hold you so. My life will be in your keeping. Waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time. But far beyond forever, you'll be mine. I know I've never lived before, but my heart is very sure no one else could love you more. We shall see the world come true. We shall have the world. I won't be afraid with you. We shall have the world. I'll hold your hand and know I'm not alone. We shall have the world to keep, such a lovely world. Will we? We shall have the world forever. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming out to Feinstein's 54 Below Broadway Supper Club. Thank you to all of our viewers on our live stream. Thank you for helping me celebrate the release of my new album, Time Heals, and the production of these lovely decorative coasters on your tables. By applause, does anybody still have a CD player? A few, okay. A few, okay. The rest of you, give them to your grandmother. I'm doubly excited today because just a few days ago, the album and the decorative coasters were nominated for a MAC Award for Major Recording of the Year. Yeah. And what a year it's been, right? Yeah, in fact, we've had a doozy of a couple of years. right? I mean, tell me. How was your pandemic? I know. Mine was interesting. I learned a lot. Yeah. Still, in a way, I really don't know much at all. And if you say that I'm simple, you're on the ball. On the ball to say I'm going nowhere. But I'm going nowhere with love. They all say that I'm not impressive at best. That's okay. I got nobody to impress. My impression is they'd rather be elsewhere. I'm staying nowhere with love. 'Cause it's better to be happy in a cardboard shack than to be alone in a castle. All you get for your money is a heart attack. I just as soon alleviate the hassle. Every day I watch the go-getters go by. Even they say the ladder is much too high. Why should I go high? I'm happy below there. Right here in nowhere with love. 'Cause it's better to be happy in a cardboard shack than to be alone in a castle. All you get for your money is a heart attack. I just as soon alleviate the hassle. Every day I watch the go-getters go by. Yeah, even they say the ladder is much too high. Why should I go high? I'm happy below there, right here in nowhere. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, a year plus of going nowhere. Wow. But we're here. It's queer, and I'm not used to it. I'm getting over it, though, with the help of my therapist. This next tune is for all the therapists in our lives who obviously had a very prolific year. You choose drawn curtains instead of light. Your airy demeanor becomes polite. All the things you adore don't mean all that much anymore. Well, there's really just need someone to listen. Come and spend a moment with me. It isn't so easy to walk alone, especially knowing you're on your own. The secret you've kept so well is much better with someone to tell. We can speak confidentially. I'll tell you what you've been missing. Come and spend a moment with me. How's it going, John? How was your pandemic, brother? Why don't you tell us about it? As bad as it's been, it's finally beaten you down. You don't want to partake, but you want to win, and there's no other party in town. It's much too early to say good night. Just one more moment, and you just might see how a moment with me can be more than you thought it could be. We don't have to make history. We can start by just talking. Come and spend a moment with me. John Michel. Thank you. Well, I also had a very prolific year. 2020 was maybe one of the most busiest years of my life, all from my couch. Yeah. I got to work with several different music directors, all online, of course, and we put together this series of songs you're hearing tonight, and I call them my COVID creations. This next one was arranged by Mr. Gregory Teroyan. The sun comes up, I think about you. The coffee cup, I think about you. I want you so, it's like I'm losing my mind. The morning ends, I think about you. I talk to friends and think about you. Do they know it's like I'm of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights to think about you, spend sleepless nights and think about you. You said you loved me. Were you just being kind? Or am I losing my mind? All afternoon doing every little chore, the thought of you stays bright. Sometimes I stand in the middle of the floor, not going left, not going right. I dim the lights, spend sleepless nights. You said you loved me. Were you just being kind? Or am I losing my mind? Mr. Gregory Troyan is in the audience tonight. Gregory, where are you? There he is, right there. Stand up, Gregory. Gregory Troyan, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Lover, when I'm near you and I hear you call my name, softly in my ear you breathe a flame. Lover, when we're dancing, keep on glancing in my eyes till love's sweet enchanting music dies. At the start of the pandemic, I had just begun to date someone. We met in February, and the world ended in March. It did not survive. And that got me thinking about all the other new, young romances that didn't survive. The spring flings, the chance meetings that never got to occur because people were too afraid to leave the house. Spring will be a little late this year, a little late arriving in my lonely world over here. For you have left me, and where is our April of old? You have left me. Now winter continues cold, as if to say spring will be a little late to start, a little late reviving the music it made in my heart. Yes, time heals all things, so I needn't cling to this fear. It's simply that spring will be a little late. surrender to my heart. Thank you. Thank you. That arrangement was by Mr. Christopher Denny, who is watching us virtually tonight. Let's hear it for Christopher Denny. Yeah. You know, if there's one thing I have tried to learn in the last 2 years, it is let the drama go. Yes. And we had a lot of drama. We had work drama, we had school drama, we had Zoom drama, we had mask drama, we had vaccination drama, we had drama. Not easy, and doubly not easy for a recovering drama addict like myself. No, really, that is a real thing, I swear to you. Years ago, I even went to a support group for it called Drama Addicts Anonymous, otherwise known as DUH. Picture it, 12 drama addicts in a circle. I looked around and thought, this is not a support group, this is an opera company. Yeah. But it worked, I think, I hope. I mean, you know, it works if you're working, so worth it, I don't know, whatever, but you know, it worked. Until I met someone who was completely drama-free. He was tall, handsome, stable. He was completely into me, and I was completely bored. I couldn't put my finger on it. Something was wrong. You've been there. And then I realized there was no drama. I was having withdrawal symptoms. Yeah. No moon at all. What a night. Even lightning bugs have dimmed their light. Stars have disappeared from sight, and there's no moon at all. Don't make a sound, it's so dark. Even Fido is afraid to bark. What a perfect chance to park. And there's no moon at all. If we want atmosphere for inspiration, dear, one kiss will make it clear. Tonight is right, and bright moonlight might interfere. No moon at all up above. This is nothing like they told me of. Just to think we fell in love, and there's no moon at all. No moon at all. What a night. Even lightning bugs have dimmed their light. Stars have disappeared from sight, and there's no moon at all. Don't make a sound, it's so dark. Even Fido is afraid to bark. What a perfect chance to park, and there's no moon at all. If we want atmosphere for inspiration, dear, one kiss will make it clear. Tonight is right and bright moonlight might interfere. Oh, no moon at all up above. This is nothing like they told me of. Just to think we fell in love and there's no moon at all. No moon at all. No moon at all. To think I fell in love and there was no moon at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I don't know about you, but I was really hoping that 2020 would be fantastic, right? Yeah. I mean, those 4 years leading up to it, I mean, my God, right? And I'm not talking politically. No, that's another show. No, in the 4 years between 2016 and 2020, I moved my entire family 4 times. Yeah, 4. Yeah. Between the 2 of them, my kids went to 8 different schools. Yeah. Why all this moving and all this hubbub? Well, I'll tell you. I got a divorce. Yeah. And if you thought gay weddings were over the top, you've never been through a gay divorce. No, you see, there's divorce, there's really big divorce, there's nuclear divorce, and then there's gay divorce. Yeah. And after my really big nuclear gay divorce, my then ex-husband had to move back in with us. He got very suddenly, unexpectedly ill. He spent the last 8 months of his life with us and passed away at the end of 2019. So I was really hoping that 2020 would be my savior. And then COVID. Yeah. And suddenly, everything got really quiet. And I finally had time to process. A little twinge, a little shock, a little whisper at the bottom of your memory. A sudden wind, a gentle knock, and then a rustle in the leaves. You hold your breath, you check the lock, you reassure yourself there's nothing at the window. But you're wandering, you're wandering, you're wondering what that was. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. You turn a key, you flip a switch, you settle back into a blissful, unfamiliar. You ignore the tiny twitch, a feeling in your eye. And you ignore that tiny twitch, pretend the feeling will be gone before the morning. But you're wandering, you're wandering, you're wondering where you are. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. But wouldn't it be fine to share the weather in his eyes, his hair, his footsteps as he climbs the stair, the shadow in his light, and everything you know is true, and everything you want to do, and everything that makes you, you, collides against the night. And nothing's black and white. And you're wondering what to do. You're wondering if it's true. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing has to happen.
Thank you.
You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum, and have faith, or pandemonium is liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah and the ark. What did they do just when everything seemed so dark? Man, they said we better accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. As long as there's the two of us, we got the world and its charms. And when this world is through with us, we got each other's arms. Man, we better accentuate the positive, eliminate, come on, the negative, latch on to the affirmative. Don't mess with Mr. In-Between. No, don't mess with Mr. In-Between. Come on. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Thank you. Thank you. A lot has happened in the last 2 years. Not just a global pandemic, not just an election, not just an insurrection, but also the mindless and tragic deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. Say their names. A host of so many other young black men, women, and children that it boggles my mind. You see, I have 2 daughters, and they are both black. I don't know what to tell them anymore. I don't have any of the answers. And these days, I don't even know what the right questions are. We're all so sure. We're all so wise. No limits, no boundaries, no compromise. Laughing at our neighbor, smiling through a hiss. How did we come to this? We're all amused. We're all inspired. So cunning, so clever, and so admired. Easy to be angry, easy to dismiss. How did we come to this? Maybe I've been living in a daydream. Maybe I've been talking in my sleep. If I've been awake, pardon my mistake. But time is running low and talk is growing cheap. We play our games. We place our bets. No witness, no weakness, and no regrets. Filling up with frenzy, killing with a kiss. How did we all come to this? Time goes by, plans grow stale, people die, and parties fail. How did we come to this? Thank you. Mr. Mark Hartman arranged that. Careful the things you say, children will listen. Careful the things you do, children will see and learn. Children may not obey, but children will listen. Children will look to you for which way to turn to learn what to be. Careful before you say, listen to me. Children will listen. Did I happen to mention that my 2 beautiful daughters are now teenagers? Yes, Not only did I survive a global pandemic, I survived isolation with 2 teenage girls. You're always sorry. You're always grateful. You're always wondering what might have been. Then she walks in. And still you're sorry. And still you're grateful. And still you wonder. And still you doubt. Then she goes out. Everything's different. Nothing's changed. Only maybe slightly rearranged. You're sorry, grateful, regretful, happy. Why look for answers where none occur? You'll always be what you always were, which has nothing to do with, all to do with her. Lots of changes with teenagers. One just started high school, and the other off to college. You're scared she's starting to slip away, and scared she'll stay. Good things get better, bad get worse. Wait, I think I meant that in reverse. Why look for answers where none occur? You'll always be what you always were, which has nothing to do with, all to do with her. Careful the wish you make. Wishes are children. Careful the path they take. Wishes come true, not free. Careful the spell you cast, not just on children. Sometimes the spell may last past what you can see and turn against you. Careful the tale you tell, that is the spell. Children will listen, which has nothing to do with, all to do with her. Thank you so much. Thank you. Quarantine taught me something very specific. Sometimes it's not about going out and finding that person you don't know. Sometimes it's about staying in and really seeing the person you do know. Must you dance every dance with the same fortunate man? You have danced with him since the music began. Why don't you change partners and dance with me? Must you stand quite so close, with your lips touching his face? Can't you see I'm longing to be in his place? Why don't you change partners and dance with me? Ask him to sit this one out, and while you're alone, I'll tell the waiter to tell him he's wanted on the telephone. You've been locked in his arms ever since heaven knows when. Won't you change partners? And then you may never want to change partners again. Ask him to sit this one out, and while you're alone, I'll tell the waiter to tell him he's wanted on the telephone. You've been locked in his arms ever since heaven knows when. Won't you change partners? And then you may never want to change partners again. No, you may never want to change partners again. Dance. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. This next tune I arranged with the late and very great Rick Jensen. Yes. For those of you who don't know, Rick Jensen was a beloved and extremely masterfully talented music director, arranger, songwriter, pianist, and he was revered in this industry for 30 years. And he passed away last March, just a couple weeks from where we are now. And I worked on this arrangement with Rick right up until the very surprising day of his passing. I don't even know if we were done with it, but this is what we got. We were talking about the first anniversary of the lockdown, the desolation and isolation of the city in those early days, sirens everywhere, our favorite restaurants and clubs boarded up, some never to return. And we were very excited about the vaccine rollout and getting back up on stage again. Yes. I wanted to make that happen for Rick one more time. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the virtual piano, Mr. Rick Jensen. Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, I guess we know the score. On and on, does anybody know what we are looking for? Another hero, another mindless crime behind the curtain in this pantomime. Hold the line, does anymore. The show must go on. The show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile still stays on. Whatever happens, I leave it all to chance. Another heartache, another failed romance. On and on. Does anybody know what we are living for? At least I'm learning, getting warmer now. I'll soon be turning round that corner now. Outside the dawn is breaking, but inside in the dark I'm aching to be free. The show must go on. The show must go on. Inside my heart is breaking. My makeup may be flaking, but my smile, my soul is painted like the wings of butterflies. Fairy tales of yesterday grow but never die. We can fly. The show must go on. The show must go on. I'll top the bill, I'll overkill. I have to find the will to carry on with the show. Thank you. Rick Jensen, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Okay, well, the time has come for me to make some thank yous. And first, I need to thank everybody here at Feinstein's 54 Below, my favorite home away from home. Steve is here. Was Steve here? Yes, thanks here for Steve Baruch. And all the people who work here, man, Jennifer Tepper, Audrey, all the people in the office who helped me, shepherd me through this process. We have on lights and sound, Kate on lights, Cat on lights. Sarah on sound. And on our live stream, Amanda, behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain. I also have to thank some very important people in my audience. I'm thrilled you're all here. I really am. It's such an honor. This is the list I have. Please, God, I hope everyone's on here. First, I want to tell you about a lovely woman who is doing a show here on March 31st. Miss Ann Tallman is in the audience. Where's Ann? Ann's show, The Shadow of Her Smile. Ann worked with Elizabeth Taylor. And her show is all about her lifelong relationship and friendship with Elizabeth Taylor. After that, on June 2nd, my dearly beloved, my sister, my co-author of the book So You Want to Sing Cabaret, Sue Matsuki, is here on June 2nd with 38 Seasons of Love. Be sure to catch that. I also have to thank my dear friends. Where are they? There they are. Jana Robbins and Haley Swindle. Hi, Jana. Stand up, Jana. If you were here in November, Jana is my co-star at that show. Thank you, lovey. Gregory Teroyan. Where are you, Gregory? Arranger extraordinaire. Thank you. Christopher Denny again, who's joining us online. There are a stratosphere of singers in this room tonight. Also, I have to tell you, Miss Shayna Farr. Shayna, where are you? Shayna Farr, who is here on March 13th, this Sunday, with her tribute to Julie Andrews. You could just, just camp out. Just camp out at 54 Below. It's the best place ever, okay? We have Mr. Jeff Harner. Jeff Harner, right there, who was just here recently with his Sondheim show. Brilliant. The amazing. Every time I think this man is my friend, I have to stop and take a pause. Mr. Steve Ross, the Crown Prince of Cabaret. Thank you, Steve. And another woman who I am blessed to call a friend, Broadway star and cabaret legend, Miss Karen Mason is in the house. Thank you, Karen. That's all I know about. I hope. Sydney is here. Sydney Meyer, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. And it's his birthday. It's his birthday. Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sydney. Happy birthday to you. Yes! Oh, thank you for telling me. You snuck in, mister. You snuck in. Thank you so much. Wow, I don't have anything else to sell. Take the CDs home, have fun. You can buy the book online. I'm loving it. So I just want to thank you all so much. It has been a long time that we went through without being able to do this. And I'm so grateful that now the time has come that we can do this again. Everything. Tuesday, Thursday, time heals everything. April, August, if patient, this break will mend, and one fine morning the hurt will end. So let the moments fly. Autumn, winter, I'll forget you by next year, some year. Though it's hell that I'm going through, some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year, time heals everything. Time heals everything, 'cause time after time you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. So lucky to be the one you come to see in the evening when the day is through. I only know what I know. The passing years will show. You kept my love so young, so new. And time after time, you hear me say that I'm so lucky to be loving you. 'Cause time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you. Good night, everybody. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't forget. I was just waiting till now. This phenomenal band that I have the pleasure to work with, it's a dream. Mr. Dan Gross on drums. Jonathan Michel on bass. And this man who I have worked with for 4 years, okay. 24 years, a simpatico. I just say, hey, I'm thinking this, and it just happens. Mr. Mark Hartman. I am so terribly happy to be doing this in front of people wearing pants. Thank you so much for coming. Whether I see you in my audience or I see you as a member of an audience where we are together, please know that I love every one of you. I love seeing you, and I can't wait till we are together again. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In a small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. Good night, everyone.